party was wandering through a dungeon located on a different plane. This plane was the Abyss. The party was asked to go to the small town of Talon's Grip. A small colony of humans and elves lived in this farming community. The land is rather quite ripe for farming, and it was rather quite cheap. And it's located far east, past the woods of Sharpteeth in the land of Faerun. Sadly, the village went dark, and there's signs of a raid. Blood, broken buildings, weapons, fire was thrown about the small village. So the party were sent to figure out what happened to the commoners and possibly save them. So the party entered the ruins of the smoldering Talon's Grip. They searched through the houses and the perimeter, revealing something odd about a small garden maintenance shed. It seems to be rather quite untouched. The party stands outside of said shack. They open it, and a gust of wind sucks them through the door. They drop into a dimly, slimy lit room. Their eyes adjust. The walls and the floor and the ceiling seem to be moving, slow enough not to notice it at first. It looks like muscle and sinew. The party find a flesh orifice in the corner of the ceiling. A ladder made of humanoid bones lead into the orifice. As they jump onto the ladder, the orifice opens up, revealing another room. It looks rather quite similar from the room that they're in. They climb up, and the ranger sees a large spider-like creature skitter into another opening. The party notice that there is a treasure chest in the corner of the room, so they send the rogue up. He opens it, and unfortunately a gout of acid sprays out of the treasure chest, hitting the rogue. He loses a pinky finger, but all around he was okay. A little in shock, but good. They enter into the next room, and as they enter into the next room, it's extremely large, a 40 by 40 foot room. Spiderwebs cover the entirety of the room, even descending from the ceiling. Some of the webs are humanoid shapes. In fact, some of them seem to be moving. Then, on the walls, every 4 or 5 feet, a hole rips open. A human and elven heads begin to squeeze out, rolling out onto the floor. The heads begin to whisper. Spider-like legs spring out of the back of the heads, made of flesh and bone. The heads themselves begin hissing and whispering abyss speech. The predator-like spider heads begin jumping and biting the adventurers' party. A aura of fear cascades over the party, as 17 of these spawn descended upon them, nearly losing their lives to these Lovecraftian threats. They free the people from the webby prison, but they continued on into the nightmare. They enter into what appears to be a torture-like courtyard. Trees made of humanoids tied together, using their own tendons. On the other side of this hellscape sits a pit fiend, adorned with great devil horns. He stands up, and in a great, deep, booming voice, he booms. So, I suppose I should congratulate you. Your forms shall be the greatest of my thanes. Fire begins to conjure in his hands. I will show you fire so intense it melts the very rock. The fight was on. The cleric and the paladin were completely on point for this encounter. Unfortunately, the ranger didn't make it. He crit failed on a saving throw, and he's nothing more than a pile of ash, unfortunately. The 3 remaining members licked their wounds and looted the demon. They find what appears to be a hidden room, finding a bonfire. The party decides to put it out, hoping it will end this curse. The realm that they're in begins to collapse and melt away. The floors, the walls, the ceiling, everything. The courtyard itself begins to melt away, revealing pure darkness with stars darted everywhere. Basically dark space. The party say, if the plane is melting away, then we should just get off this plane. The paladin, upon hearing this, immediately jumps off into said dark space. The last 2 party members shrug and follow. I was pretty silent for a solid 5 minutes. The party asked me, "What's up, Hoots? What's up?" I reply very quietly, Nothing. You guys appear in the shack, but Some of your experience and gold were lost. Some of your things that you've experienced are just gone. They acted very confused and salty afterwards, but I never told them. So if you're part of that group, I'm sorry. I should have let you die. Yeah.